Hello everyone, Cesare here with more Final Fantasy XI. Silly and I, as you can see, Silly is embracing the login campaign and is all dressed up and ready for today's stream. He is dressed as a Corrigan.
I look great, don't I though?
Yeah, looks fantastic. As you can see, we are here in Adoulin again. I know, we just finished Secrets of Adoulin, yet we are back, joined by Miro and Silly. So, with that said, we finished off a large portion of Rhapsodies of Vana'diel and finally made it to Rise and Jima last week that we were able to stream. Rise and Jima is a pain in the ass. There's lots of monsters. They're annoying. However, there is one bright side to it. We logged in and did a quest where you had to beat up 3 of those Narakai bug things, and they ended up being a hell of a lot easier than I thought they were going to be. They were not as strong as that tiger that we fought, and not even as strong as the weaker tiger that we fought.
Yeah, they were pretty easy to fight. They hit hard, but we could kill them quickly, so it didn't matter.
Yeah. Now we are back in Adoulin because something we need is in the Czak Battlegrounds, a cutscene of sorts. So I guess we've reached the part of the story which crosses over with Adoulin. So, Silly, come with me to Czak Battlegrounds.
You got it.
We should get Ionis while we're here.
Yeah, why not?
Alright, so this is going to take us into the back area here, into Czak, where we're going to get a cutscene. We should get a cutscene when we go in.
Okay.
This will take us to 2 different parts of, depending on our progression through Adoulin. Oh, look we have here. I suppose you have expected me to exit. Stage left. Yet I stand before you as full of vim and vigor as always. I myself could not have written a more fabulous reunion. Tut tut. Before you attempt to lay waste to me once more, shouldn't you at least offer words of congratulations at my surviving? Oh no, I have nothing to do with her being in this piteous state. Cross my heart and hope to die. I arrived here and there she was, sprawled on the ground like a discarded prop. Come to think of it, I do seem to recall seeing her before. I just wanted to ask her if she intended to try out for a main role on this Adoulin stage, or if she would rather play a bit of a part. Oh, no need to thank me. I've never had a flair for the restorative.
Master, I met him, the ambassador. I confronted him, trying to force him to purge the darkness within you. But I couldn't. He escaped. Forgive me.
Come, come, what did you expect? And perhaps you realized already. That masked you is something else. The apple fell pretty far from the tree. What horrible thing had happened to you, turned you astray? Betrayal? Despair? Malediction? Voodoo? Your little friend here seems ready to kick the bucket. Not like I could do much to help her, but I'll be more than pleased to watch over her until her inevitable demise. Perhaps a little mood lighting would be in order? Maybe some dramatic music? What happened?
I tried to apprehend the ambassador, that masked man. I I must tell you something. Before the ambassador said when the orb is filled with light, the reckoning will be at hand. That can only mean that he came into existence when the reckoning occurred. I had hoped to be there with you until the very end. Master, in my future you left, leaving me behind. The crystal's reverberations, Celsius's voice, eventually they all left me. All I could do was wait for the end, for the cloud to engulf me. But the world stood frozen in time, with nary a sunrise nor sunset. And then a divine voice called out to me. Ryzenjima was the only place left on Vana'diel, and countless worlds had succumbed to the darkness. You must reverse the reckoning. You must reverse the reckoning even at the cost of Vana'diel herself. And so I reached out to the light, and it brought me here. You must make many journeys, learn many things, meet many people. The orb, you must...
Well, that's a new one. I expected a corpse, and here we are with your lovely little friend vanishing into thin air. But I'll give her this. For Hume, she's got some spunk. And her musings. Did she skip to the end of the script without reading the middle? So this emptiness eats up her world, and she time warps her way back to us. Maybe I shouldn't be one to talk, but that doesn't strike you as a touch unfair. And you've got quite the curious role in this whole affair, too. Different than her, mind you, but amusing nonetheless. Though I suppose that's a mystery best left for later. At any rate, whatever power she's got sure didn't help her from expiring. Stop her from expiring. And that leaves it to you to carry out her last will and testament. Could you imagine the tears rolling down those cheeks if she came back and you were off playing boom or bust over in Adoulin? Fuck that game. Not that I'd put it past you. And let's be frank. The two of you have been nothing but thorns in my side ever since I tried to suck the life out of Tartarus and who knows how many other worlds. And of course, I would be remiss to let such a tale of friendship end in anything that appear unadulterated tragedy. And so I have a little gift for you. Your precious little orb? I'll take just an inkling of its juices as a surcharge. Now, tell me if that doesn't rest a bit lighter in your pockets. And as an extra parting gift, I'll give you your with your memories of the dearly departed. Don't say old Balamore never gave you anything. Hi, Helldog. How's it going? We got a drained orb. Lovely.
No.
Went through all that effort to fill that fucking thing and he just steals it? Rude. Alright, so. We are probably on Tears of the Generals. Yes, okay. Alright. We need to go into Adoulin now. How's it going, John? How's it going, Helldog? What are you guys up to today? get to go to your favorite place, silly.
Oh,
We get to go talk to Plo Trishback.
good old Plo Trishback.
It sounds familiar. Like it was something that we did a few weeks ago when doing the Seekers of Adoulin stuff. Alright, Eastern Adoulin. All the way at the bottom. Castle Adoulin Gates. Silly dress as the Corrigan. Speaking of which, does it give you a new outfit in your cutscene when they show you the future you?
Wait, what?
When they were showing the future you, did you have a new outfit on?
Well, we've seen that outfit before.
I was wondering if it was the same as my outfit or if they give you a different outfit based on your class.
I don't know. What does yours look like?
It's like got thigh-high boots and like this golden white look to it.
Oh, no, same thing.
Oh, okay. Plo back.
Palomar, the very creature that possessed Familia and knocked Tero Matero flat on his back. I know just where to look. Rala Waterways. Pioneers have been submitting reports about strange black butterflies down there. Ah, Princess.
I see. So Sizak Battlegrounds has been more of a hotspot than usual. Balamor, the wounds we suffered from what he did here may never heal. Come on, Miro, to Rala Waterways. If those black butterflies are what I think, they might lead us to the truth. Alright, how's that? Oops. Alright, so it says use the war point and try to go to the enigmatic device in Rala Waterways if available. So let's check and see if we have the enigmatic device from the waypoint here. For Rala Waterways. I have it. Do you have it?
Yes.
Excellent.
I'm the best. I have a thing. Good job, me.
Alright, so before we do anything here, we are going to check our inventories and see how many item slots we have available. I think it could take forever to load. There we go. Okay, I have 52. How many do you have available? Silly is dancer slash samurai, I think. He might be another slash right now, but usually he goes dancer slash samurai.
I'm samurai, because it's OP.
Do you have any item slots available?
Yes.
Excellent. Click this glowing thing. Doing some homework. What kind of homework do you got today? Yes! My most adoring fan! If I weren't so tickled to see you, I might call you a stalker. And to think you have brought your lovely princess along for front row seats. The same tired old soliloquy would seem so contrived, wouldn't it? First the castle, now the waterways. What nefarious scheme have you hatched this time? Leave Adoulin and return to the vile domain you came from. Nefarious scheme? Oh, my dearest Asiela, you are sorely mistaken. I'm having a grand old time just watching the scene play out. And besides, there's no wisdom in messing with your betters. And you should be thanking me. I've decided to stop trying to create a new world and save this one instead. Of course, I still plan to make myself the protagonist. And Miro, there's much to be gained from joining hands and becoming part of my union. You would refuse my generous offer? After how much effort it took me to come back from who knows what world? You come back from another world? What are you on about? Tut tut, you're not going to get me to show my hand that easily. Can't I bring out just a little bit of humor and uncertainty to your lives? What's more, young one, it would take far too much energy to explain to you the tedious story of how Miro and her pale-faced friend, what was his name? Selenia? Selbina? Celtius? Yes, Celtius! How she and Celtius ruined my week. And on the way back, I had to hop from world to world, making discovery upon discovery, and I did my own little research as I went. Before each world fell in turn, that is. Whole worlds falling? Miro, what is he? Not too far in the future, all the worlds I visited, and presumably those I didn't, will fall to a force known as the Emptiness. Even Vana'diel? You mean you haven't heard? Oh, that's a rich twist of events. And so, Miro, I took a look at some of that essence I borrowed from your little orb. You see, I figured I could throw a wrench in the whole emptiness business. But like any good drama, the conclusion I came to wasn't so simple. Your orb has, in fact, been filled with the power of light. Or would it be more accurate to say, the power of life? Either way, it transcends the boundaries of time and space. And I must confess that although this may seem a bit tired of trope, the gods themselves would be jealous of what you've stumbled upon. As am I. And so I'd like to lend your orb a little of my power, if for no other reason than to see how far down this rabbit hole goes. But everything has a price, and my little surcharge would be for you to bring me an orb once wielded by your pretty princess's long-dead relative, the Founder King. And don't mind me, I'll be over here taking a nap in the meantime. So come back when you've found it, and we'll be on with the show. One of the Founder King's relics? Here? Why would even I have been unaware of this? And there's no way I'd entrust such an artifact to that two-faced jester. Ah, I can see them. The memories of the time we shared together. I don't know why, but thinking about the journeys we had brings me a sense of peace. Miro, I know that the right thing to do is to entrust the Founder King's artifact to you. But my position in the city is a delicate one, and I will pretend that I never heard of such an object. So please, do with it what you will. Just promise me that you will share any new information you've gleaned from Valamor.
So the thing we have in our pocket just mind controls people. She's like, I would never give it to that guy. You pull it out. She's like, all right, I'm going to give it to you. You do with it what you want.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Also curious to know that Valamor is not necessarily a bad guy at this point. He just wants to see what's going to happen.
And become the protagonist.
Yeah. He becomes Final Fantasy XI Valamor story. So
Yeah.
becomes the main character, becomes him.
Alright, so we got Cypher, Arciela 2.
Where is she on the hierarchy of trusts?
I don't know, actually. Okay, examine the sluice gate at C6. So we gotta go to C6 in here. So let's open our map. C6 is fairly close. It is not just fairly close, it is literally one thing over, I think. I don't know if we have to summon any trusts to get through here, but we're gonna summon some.
So, Hiroshi P is doing a test for the live letter tomorrow, and he accidentally spoiled a couple of things about Black Mage.
Oh?
Well, for him, I never know whether it's accidentally. One of them is 3-second teleport to your ley lines.
Interesting.
3-second CD teleport to your ley lines, so you could like teleport. You could use ethereal manipulation to get out, and then just teleport right back to it.
That's a good idea.
Also, a ability that allows you to cast your next 3 spells without cast times. And then someone writes, "They finally gave us Red Mage. Black Mage gets Chain Spell."
That'd be fantastic. That'd be funny. We got Mormar here. Look, Valamar left. We summoned him.
Wait, what?
Summoned Valamar.
This group should be like Valamor, Arciela, and Mormar. And Darkule.
I was considering it because, but none of them are healers,
I'm a healer.
which is why I bought Koromaru.
Miro's love story saga with Koromaru.
Koromaru is fantastic, dude. He casts haste on me. Is this where we gotta go? We gotta go to a sluice gate at C6. Well, this is C6, so I don't see it. I might get there. Silly has heals. He's not necessarily a healer. But, as we have found many times, Silly's heals are limited by his TP. And oftentimes we find it's not enough to keep us alive. For this stuff it would be, but...
Except for when we did the hardest boss in the entire expansion.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, you had some issues healing us on some other bosses that weren't as hard as Hades. But then on Hades, you keep me alive for the whole fucking thing.
It's because you were the only one taking damage.
True, true.
And because I could hit it.
Because Valinor's an asshole and doesn't turn the boss away from the rest of the trusts.
I think it was mostly because I could still hit him. Like things like what are those guys? The knuckles. Some of them I couldn't really be in range for them.
Yeah.
So I was kind of useless because otherwise I would just die.
Okay,
So we just examine it.
I don't know. I can't target it.
Yeah, I can't target him.
I could target the pewter diamite there. So is there another sluice gate we can click on here?
Oh.
It's only sluice. Oh, okay. There is another one. Hang on, we gotta go up here. Yes. Past the baleful Terry check, I believe. Yeah. Okay, this is the right way. Your Diamites, you're gonna want to fight too, I'm sure. Yeah. This looks like the right way. Alright, now we'll fight the Diamites. Yeah, that one's dead. See you later. Man, silly. Dogmac would have been so much easier if we had or if you had the ability to heal through that amount of AoE damage.
Yeah.
Because then we could have just bought a whole bunch of DPS chests. That's not the sluice gate we gotta go to, it's this one over here. Remember that secret hideout we had to find?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're going for.
More and more and Balamore just pit maneuvered me.
Click the sluice gate.
Enter the secret hideout.
Yeah.
Whoa, secret hideout.
Alright, now it says once we're in here, we gotta examine the inconspicuous barrel.
It's over here on the right.
Yep. Founder King's Orb. We did it. Alright.
That was hard.
Now we gotta leave. I assume we go through the same way. Yes. But Helldog still is a pretty good healer. He occasionally heals for us in FF14, though he tries not to if one of our other healers is healing. Cause...
Well, actually, the only times I've ever healed was when we were really together. It's on like Sophia.
Well, on raid bosses, yeah, but on non-raid bosses, you heal sometimes.
That's true.
Hopefully we can get Zervin done tonight.
Yeah.
I want to hop in and try and defeat A10. Oh, these guys are back. Oh, one of them's back. Let's see if we can... No. Fuck, I had to respawn. Yeah, alright.
Where's it going?
Oh, I have 400 damage attack. Also, since when did my kick attack do more than my Emptiness attacks? That's weird.
Nice.
Okay. Spool of blood thread.
Wait.
That sounds awful. Salahim Sentinels rule number 5, silly.
Failure means going hungry. Naja Salahim, aka the best character in any game, and also if we ever get a character in a race or a job in Final Fantasy 14 that uses maces, they should use her poses for the female poses.
They should.
Where she just stands there all innocently with her mace in her hands, leaning against her shoulder.
They should release Adoulin in FF14. No, they can't do that because Alexander plays a big part in Adoulin. But then again,
True. Alexander is part of like a time warp.
yeah.
Like this thing again?
Yep.
Ah, Bellamore. You're standing on top of it.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
It all began with a stone, or so the legend says. In ages past, a sentient jewel, enormous and beautiful, banished the darkness. Its many-colored light filled the world with life and brought forth mighty gods. What a quaint little ditty, wouldn't you say? And one which a middle-lander such as yourself would have heard many times before, every time I log into the game. It began with a stone, a many-colored light banishing the darkness. But neither of us really thinks that this darkness is the emptiness, It's the void! And what threatens your lovely friend's future isn't the emptiness either. Once again, it's the void. Void? Question mark?
With a capital V?
I said the first one.
Okay.
Isn't your job to put the pieces together? Because it's certainly not mine. Come now, let's stand around stupefied and more handing me the Founder's King Orb. Just as I hand him an orb, I get a wind crystal, apparently. Some 1,000 years ago, Adoulin's founder king, August, came from across enormous magical power sealed away Hades, who came to learn of a place called Tartarus. And the enormous magical power is central to how the story unfolds. And he came in contact with my homeland, the place where I was born. Yes, this orb is from my world. Ah, yes. I remember so clearly now. We referred to the void as the cloud of darkness. How can I explain this to someone with your mental capacity? It's not alive. It's not dead. I don't even know what is. If it even is. It eats away at light and darkness, harding all life and making it as if it never existed to begin with. That is its purpose, if you can call it that. And what I learned is that my world, your Vana'diel, and countless other stars that exist are but islands floating within this cloud. The cloud doesn't think or feel, but it does shift and move, just like the clouds you and I are familiar with. With each blow of the wind, it moves, grows, shrinks, and dissipates. And as it does, it engulfs any worlds that stand in its way. And if your world is unlucky enough to be caught in its path, then poof! Not that I've had the ill fortune of seeing or experiencing it, but it was a little something I picked up along the way. I couldn't care less whether you believe me or not. That's for you to decide. But you probably should, especially now that your orb is filled with a little bit of me. What was it you called it? Trust? Even I couldn't come up with a more fitting name. Not that I have any idea how you can manipulate such powers, but the fact that such a thing is possible, couldn't that be a sign she gave you? But I grow bored of this. Let me return what I've borrowed. Haven't you read the script? This is the part where you show me the orb. Sometimes the most unexpected of paths emerges from the most taxing of trials. Beauty incarnate, no? And so, Miro, I take my leave. Perhaps we'll be fortunate enough to cross paths again someday. I'd love to see Balamore in FF14. You can clearly jump worlds, and Shantoto showed that you can go to 14, so... Eorzea. Which means if Eorzea is at least in the same universe as Vana'diel, that the Emptiness is a possibility in FF14 as well. Because we already know, we've already encountered Void Scent, and the Cloud of Darkness was there. She probably wasn't as strong. Maybe she's weak because we beat her up in this game.
Maybe.
I have no idea. I haven't played that far.
And in other Final Fantasy games.
And in 3. Alright. Enter... Okay, we gotta go someplace else that we like to go to.
Devoy?
No, not Devoy. Alright, we're gonna use our Warp Ring. Go back to Adoulin, and then we're gonna go to Eastern Adoulin, Home Point 2. Alright. Eastern Adoulin, Home Point 2. Rhapsodies of Vana'diel so far. I named the stream Rise to Risenjima, but the game is not taking us back to Risenjima.
Alright.
Fucking figure.
What's up with that?
Oh, true. Anyway, we're going to the circular building ahead, the Selenial Memorial Library. Your favorite place. It's not actually his favorite place. However, Stalker Monkey Jr. just used Sarama's coffer. So I will wait for you at Apple Treple. Alright, talking to Apple Treple. Yes. Should give us a cutscene. We are on Ashura. Andrian was you, silly.
Dearest Miro, to what do we owe the honor today? Princess Osceola? She is in the clothes stacks looking for information on the Founder King. Of course she is.
Miro, are the end times truly upon us? Life throws away many trials at us, and it is how we overcome them that displays who we truly are. Just as we vanquish Hades and peace return to Adoulin. Of course, I wish to help in any way that I can. I scoured the shelves to see what I could learn about what Balamor set up at the beginning with a stone. It seems that it has something to do with a place called Litalor, located in the Middlelands, your homeland. The annals say that the statue located in Eastern Adoulin's goddess promenade was fashioned after a similar creation in the ruins located there. Maybe you can learn more about the Cloud of Darkness if you search the ruins yourself. But it chills me to the bone to think that August had dealings with the world Balamor once called home. If Balamor is 1,000 years old, then how could he maintain his form for so long? There must be some connection. I would go with you, but there are pressing matters at the palace I must attend. But please come see me if you find something out. Perhaps the orbs of yours truly is the key. I want to address that book you were reading, Arciela.
Yeah, stop reading about sweets.
She keeps reading books about candy. Alright, so I assume we leave. So we gotta go to this. Hall of the Gods. Where the fuck is the Hall of the Gods again? Is that in, you get there from... It's in Litalor. Is that from Romave? Yeah, that's from Romave. Okay. So we're gonna go grab the book, I believe, to Romave. Remember, I think this is right outside where we had to wait till... You want a book about candy? I could see that. That's fair. Remember that where we had to go to actual, full moon or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
And get that stupid thing filled? That was dumb. Anyway. So we're going to Romave. Should be under Tulia? No, not Tulia. Litalor? Yeah, right, Litalor, Romave. I'm surprised I remember the name of that. But then again, we did go there somewhat recently with the Shantoto Ascension.
It's true.
I still enjoyed that quest, that was funny. Light and Dark Shantoto. They both end up wanting the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. There you are. Let's go into the Hall of the Gods.
Oop, went the wrong way.
So far, Rhapsody seems to be just a story, which is good. I love stories, and it's a really good one so far. But it's primarily just a tour around Vana'diel story.
No, like I always said, it's Final Fantasy XI's love letter to itself.
Pretty much. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I had an inkling you would be here. You must be taken aback to be reunited with me here, of all places. To think we had prevented the world from ending one way, only to find out it would end another. And Iroha, is she not with you? Please, apprise me of what you have learned thus far. So, Iroha expired and has yet to return to this mortal coil. Revival is in the realm of the gods, and if she has not yet returned, it may be because they do not permit it. Should she be struggling in earnest against this void, this cloud of darkness, then it is but a matter of time before they see fit to bring her here once more. Unless their powers have begun to wane and they have little time left. Only the ancients, the Zealot, possess the means by which to open these gates. Ah, but you are already in possession of a cerulean crystal. I should have expected no less. Yeah, bitch, we've been here before.
That's right.
Okay, so I assume it wants us to go through there, but don't go through there yet. Examine the semi-grade. Okay, well. I don't know why it didn't just give us another cutscene. Why do we have to click the damn gate? Helldog, did you do this stuff? I think this was part of Rise of the Zillard. Maybe Chains of Promathia. One of the two. Those two intermingle a lot, so despite being separate separate expansions. Long have I awaited thine arrival. Oh. Welcome, warriors of light, to the Temple of Altana, a place where knowledge comes to be lost. Lady of Noel serves the goddess of the dawn in all her incarnations and is the custodian of the gate by which she can be reached. Lady Eshnatarl, thy presence doth come as a surprise. To think one such as thyself would come posing questions for me. A young woman has traversed time itself to speak with Mearow. She claimed that its existence, which some call the Void, and others call the Cloud of Darkness, has come to claim Vana'diel. The Cloud of Darkness, you say? Alas, I confess hearing that name only once before in my lifetime. The prophecies say that the Cloud of Darkness is fated to descend upon this land once the 5 pieces of the Mother Crystals have turned to dust. Were the pieces to be made whole once more, it is perhaps possible to avoid this most gloomy of futures. But that day itself will signal the end of Vana'diel. Yet even the struggles of the most vaunted warriors of light would mean naught against the coming purge. Then pray tell, is there aught we can do? If we cannot stop it while mortal, then we must walk the path of the gods. You would have Mearow become a god? You mean she must cast off the bonds of the emptiness that shackle all who are born and destined to die? Someone say you speak madness, but I cannot deny that if such a ritual succeeded... I shall not lade my words with honey. The idea is so dangerous that failure can only end in death. Yet shouldst thou choose to walk the path of thorns, I shall help clear the way, for only one such as thou can make the journey. Warriors of the Crystal! You and you alone have the potential to guide them. You can voice disjoined one.
But Mearow, if she wants to become a goddess of light, then I shall intervene.
What manner of trickery is this?
If Noel will have to suffer in this world no longer. I would like to burn this whole place to ashes, but there are more pressing matters to attend to. You have vanquished me when my power was approaching its zenith, and attempted to thwart me every step of the way. Yet I know more than any how you will attempt to become a god of light. I have come this far, and by any means possible, I will impede your apotheosis. In this world, there can be no light without darkness. Are you so truly arrogant as to believe this world needs no darkness to thrive? In a world with nothing but light, how will the dead find eternal slumber? Before you act, you must think. It is only a matter of time before the cloud of darkness swallows all.
Actually, Helldog, I think this was Rise of Zillet, because this leads us to the sky, and the sky is where Rise of Zillet ends. Chains of Pamathia was out in the sea, Alteo. Mearow? Mearow! I see. So that masked man is, for lack of a better term, a future you that has succumbed to darkness. A fallen angel, if you will. I sense that your words do not ring false. But let us reflect. If he came to our time to prevent you from becoming a god of light, then the logical conclusion is that you have the capability to do so. So you wish to know a more concrete method for becoming a god of light. Would that I could provide you with the answers, but I cannot surmise what Evil Noel had in mind. Perhaps Celtius in Paradise would have the answers we seek. However, should I have not made this clear before, you must make many sacrifices in order to discard your mortal shell and ascend. You will become more than any person was meant to be, and rise to a plane where you will no longer be able to interact with friends and loved ones. Let there be no doubt, the path is a lonely one. Yeah, I just recalled that myself upon being in this place. I like the music here. It's very churchy. Yeah, Silly and I are rather familiar with the Abbey as well. Fuck that place. Alright. Finally, my stream title is not going to be wrong. We are going to head back to Risenjima. Wait, are we going further in or are we going out? I can't remember. I think we're going out. Okay. I'm going to reset my recording here, Silly.